They say that I'm on the road, maybe I just lost it. These nights keep on taking toll, find me out here on my own.
Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a day in the life vlog. So it's nearly 7:30, I'm just on my way out to the yard. And yeah, I have already done a morning routine video. So this morning I'm just going to get all the horses mucked out and sorted out. And then I'll get riding and I'll show you what I do with the rest of my days. See you soon. The yard's all hayed and I'm just heading up with my fork. My wheelbarrow's already up the top of the yard and I've got about 8 to muck out today, so yeah, I'm going to start mucking out now and work my way down. My first 6 are mucked out. I've only got Bliss and Jaguar left to do, so I'm just going to pop them both in the field. They go in the field every day for as long as they'll stay there really. So yeah. So the yard is done, it was finished a while ago. I've just been in the house having a cup of tea and a chat with Mum, just organising a few things. And I'm just heading over now with my Devaki saddle to start riding some horses. So I'm ready for my first one of the day. Iris is all tacked up. She had yesterday off, so she'll probably be a little bit fresh today. So all I'm going to do today is just work her in the warm-up arena rather than taking her in the main arena. And we're going to focus on lengthening and shortening her canter stride while keeping her relaxed, because sometimes she can get a bit tense, and yeah, so just going to keep her nice and relaxed today and just give her an easy session. So just to warm Iris up before we work in the arena, I'm just going to take her for a little walk down the horse walk and around the car park. I think it's good for them to get out the arena, just a change of scenery. And it also makes sure they're nice and warmed up before they start working properly. So today I've just got a couple of really simple exercises set up for her. So firstly, I've got a couple of trot poles there. I think it's really important to encourage the horses to relax and soften and work properly through poles. And then I've also got a pole there. It measures 6 strides from one to the other, and I'll practice lengthening and shortening her canter in there. So I'll go probably 5, 6, 7 and 8 strides down that distance, just to make sure she's really adjustable, really listening to me. So Iris is nicely warmed up now. We've just been doing some trotting poles just to get her stretching, relaxing. I've been doing some circles with them, so she's bending around my leg nicely. I've been on about 20 minutes, so she's nice and warmed up and ready to do some canter work exercises now. I don't think I'll be able to get any videos of me riding her, but if anyone comes out, then I'll try and get some videos. So I didn't actually manage to get any videos of Iris today. I'm just walking her off at the moment, but I'm so proud of her. It's probably the nicest she's ever worked. She really struggles to lengthen her canter but stay soft and underneath herself, and today she really started to get the hang of that. And obviously, say when you're in a jump off, that's really important that they can lengthen their canter but still stay underneath themselves so they can jump. So yeah, there's lots to work on still, but I'm really pleased with how she's coming on. And I think she's more than ready to get back out jumping as soon as shows start. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting her back out again. Iris has just been untacked and washed off, and she now has the Premier Equine infrared rug she always wears it after she's been worked, as do all the horses. Helps the blood flow, etc. So next one up is Saph. She's had her cyclosage massage rug on for the last half hour, and she's now tacked up and ready to ride. She is the only one of mine that isn't just ridden in a basic snaffle, because she can be quite strong. So yeah, all of mine are just in a basic snaffle, apart from her. So with Saph today, I'm going to do the same sort of exercise that I did with Iris, just some basic pole work. I think it's really important for all the horses just to work with very simple poles every now and, well, all the time really. I try and ride mine with poles at least 3 times a week. maybe then ride them a couple of times just on the flat and give them a jump session a week. So yeah, it's a big part of their training routine. Where Saph's not very fit at the moment, she's only been back in work a few weeks after a bit of time off. They all had a bit of time off in January when I wasn't riding. So I've only been on her about 25 minutes, half an hour, but she's given me such beautiful work that I'm going to leave her at that. So I'm just in the warm-up arena at the moment, but I'm just going to take her for a walk off around the car park. I'm so thrilled with how she worked today. Like, I can't ask any more from her, from coming out and soft and adjustable in her canter, relaxed. Like, I'm so pleased with her. So yeah, that will do her today. So Saph's just going for a walk off around the car park, and so far she's good as gold. She's such a sweetheart. I love this horse so much. So yeah, she's just going to have a nice little walk off. I'm going to put her away, and then I'm going to do Olive next, I think. So in a minute I'll put the massage rug on Olive once I've taken Saph and untacked her, and I'll get her out. I'm probably going to do the same exercise with her, to be fair. It's so good, so helpful to get the adjustable can, to make sure they're responding, both coming back to you and moving forward when you ask them. And the trot poles are a great way to get the horses relaxing and thinking for themselves. You get to the trot poles and I just soften completely. I do a sitting trot and I just let them work their way through it. So Saph's just coming back from her walk off. We're just heading back up towards the yard and the stables now. And yeah, she's going to be untacked and put away. I'll put the infrared rug on her. Oh, don't be silly. It's a bit spooky today because it's windy. They're all a bit fresh as well at the moment. It's a new place for them and it's very exciting. But on the whole, they're really good. So Olive's in her cyclosage massage rug. I really rate these for all my horses. They all get it on before they start work. It helps to warm their muscles up and keep them free. It prevents injuries because obviously if their muscles are warmed up, they're less likely to pull themselves and hurt themselves when they're working. So yeah, I absolutely love this rug. I wouldn't be without it. I absolutely love my work bridle. It's so easy to do. Rather than having to mess around with buckles, I can literally just unclip the reins like this and then unclip these hooks here to take the bit off. It just makes my life so much easier. Just grab the bit. How easy it is to take a bit off and put my next one on. So this is just Olive's basic snaffle. I ride Olive and Iris down there, both in this bit. They both respond really well to it and really like it. So Olive is all tacked up. I have just popped the rug over her back for a sec because we're going to get Bliss and Jaguar in from the field now. Bliss is having a bit of a meltdown, decided she wants to come in, so we're just going to get them in and then I'm going to get on Olive. So next up is Olive, pretty girl. So yeah, she's my third one of the day. Here's Jaguar and Bliss are now in. She's a bit grumpy. Oh, Olive, you're so pretty. So I'm on Olive. As I said, I'm just going to do the same exercise with her. My hat is not straight, it's really annoying me. I'm going to do the same exercise with her that I did with the girls. I will try and get a video of her doing it because obviously it's good for you guys to see what I do and how I work them. But at the moment she's just having a little warm-up walk around the car park and then we'll get going. I always think it's really important for my horses just to have a nice stretch and a loose trot before I actually start asking them to work. So at the moment I'm just trotting Olive on a very loose rein around the outside of the arena just to start warming her muscles up a bit, especially if she's an older horse. It's very important that they're properly warmed up before you start asking them for much work. Olive is working absolutely lovely today. I'm thrilled with how she's going. She's doing this exercise so lovely. At the start, when I asked her to extend her canter, she wanted to change leg a bit. I just corrected that. I came around again and just made sure I corrected it, and now she's doing it so nicely. So I'm really pleased with how she's working and stuff. I think Mum's going to come out in a minute. We're just having an oven delivered because we've been without an oven for the last 2 weeks, which hasn't been great. And then, yeah, Mum's going to come out and get a couple of videos of her just so you can see the type of exercise I'm doing with her. So Mum did manage to come out and get some videos of Olive, which was really nice. As you can see, she's working so well. She's just nice and soft, relaxed in her canter. She's working over her back, using herself correctly. And she was just a pleasure to ride today. So this exercise, it's really simple. One pole, and either go 6 or 7 strides down here, depending on whether you want to lengthen or shorten the canter. and then afterwards I do a circle to make sure they're bending around my leg. And you can see here the first time she did it, she decided she wanted to change legs, which obviously wasn't ideal, so I just stayed nice and quiet on her, corrected it, and just came around on another circle straight away, and she did it perfectly. There's no need to get cross with them when they make a mistake, you know, it's all natural, and as long as you correct it in the right way, then it's not a problem at all. So I just thought I'll come around again to it and make sure it's correct this time, try and do it without any mistakes, which I believe she did really nicely. So we'll just watch and see what I do with the exercise. I was really happy with how level and relaxed she stayed on that rein doing the exercise, so I decided to have a change of rein and do it the other way. She didn't need to do it again that way. She'd done it, in my opinion, as well as she could have done it. She was listening, she was responding, and she was lovely. She was balanced and relaxed, so I can't ask much more than that. So I just had a change of rein and did the same thing on the other rein. If you notice here how I go down on 7 strides, you can't see my hands or my body really move. You know, I just stay level the whole way down. Each stride is the same length. It's not normal length strides and then the last 2 strides are short. Every stride is the same length, which is what you need to be doing. You can't be getting to a fence on half a stride. So you'll see the next time round, I come round on a 6. And again, you'll see that there's literally no difference. Like, I don't move my hands or body or anything, and it's still a nice 6 because I just very discreetly add a little bit of distance onto each stride, which is what you need to do in the ring. You know, you can't be having to kick down a distance. The horse needs to be responding and with you and listening. So there, she just went to break into a trot, so I just gave her a little flick with the whip and just said, come on, stay with me, which she did. Went down on a lovely 6, and just to finish off, I did a circle down this end to make sure she was bending around my leg on this rein, which, as you can see, she was lovely and relaxed. Came to the pole beautifully, and that'll do her today. She worked beautiful. Olive's just had a nice walk off. I went with Mum and the dogs, they're somewhere, and I'm just going to take her back to the stables and untack her, and then I'm going to go in and get some lunch. Just a very quick appreciation of how pretty Olive is, because I love her too much. I am way too excited about the fact that we have an oven here. I mean, we've been without an oven for 2 weeks now, and it's actually not okay. So the fact that we have an oven, it's not fitted yet, but it doesn't matter. We have an oven in the house. Oscar, hello. Oscar wanted to be involved in the vlog, so did Millie. But yeah, I'm way too excited about the fact that we have an oven. Life is good. Now we just need to get it fitted so I can actually eat normal food again. So it turns out we actually had nothing in the house to eat at all. So Mum's going to go to the baker's and get us some lunch while I ride Benny. And then we'll have some lunch. And then I've got a couple of clients' horses that I'm going to give them a jump. And if I have time, I'll lunch Jaguar, but if not, he can come back into work tomorrow. So yeah, busy day. Benny is wearing the massage rug for the first time. He is being a complete angel, of course. But yeah, it actually fits him really well. So just having a bit of hay as well while he has his massage, and then I will tack up and get on him. So Benny's packed up. Here's the next one to work. Look how cute he is. So I've just got on Benny. His mane is stuck up in funny directions. So I've just got on him. I'm going to do a little bit of pole work with him as well today. It's a pole work kind of day. And he doesn't need to do much. He's only young and he's very green. So yeah, he can just do 20 minutes or so. I'm just going to talk you through my ride with Benny as we go, because I did the exercise with him a few times, and at the start he did find it quite difficult, and I'll explain what he found difficult, etc. And I'll also show you at the end where he mastered it. So at the moment I'm just giving him a little bit of loose work. He's still quite green, so I can't expect him to work perfectly all the time on the flat, and just letting him find his way through the trot poles, which I do with all my horses when I warm them up. I think it's really important to make them aware of their legs and get them thinking for themselves while staying relaxed. As you can see, he is starting to work quite sweetly in trot, and in a minute you'll see the same in canter as well. He has got lovely paces, and I think once he starts properly using himself from behind, I think he'll be a really, really nice horse. So I am really excited for him, to be fair. He's so, so lovely. He's got such a good attitude, and I think he can go far. So you can see the first time coming to the pole was very interesting. It was quite messy, to be fair. Even though he's 7, he's like a 4-year-old in the way he goes and in his education. So he can be quite difficult to steer, and obviously if it was a 4-year-old you wouldn't expect them to be able to turn to a pole very well. There he turned a lot better, and then he did change over the pole where he wasn't completely balanced at it. And also he was throwing his head around a little bit, just where he was struggling to stay balanced. So I didn't tell him off, I just stayed nice and calm with him. I knew he'd get the hang of it eventually. So there he did try really hard to get his legs out the way. He didn't fight me anywhere near as much. He went down the distance quite nicely. So I thought I'll have a change of rein, do it on the other rein, and then come back to that rein at the end. So coming around here, you can just see he's arguing a bit. Although on this rein it is a lot better than the other rein. He went 8 strides down there. I just kept him nice and steady going down that distance and went 8 strides, which he actually went really nicely. And he was really relaxed after. So I haven't added in the circle yet because it's quite difficult for the young horses to think about all of it on top. So here you can just see I did circle back to the exercise to start with. And he actually came around the corner really nicely. Nice and steady, waited for me. Didn't get too ahead of himself, didn't pull too much. And he went over that pole lovely and balanced and stayed on the correct rein, which I was really pleased with. He did that exercise really well for a young green horse. So he didn't need to do it on that rein again. I just did it once more on the right rein just to finish him off. And you can see here how balanced, how lovely he was and how soft he stayed the whole way down. And just to finish it off, I did add a circle in to make it a little bit more difficult for him because he did it so nicely. And as you can see, he cantered round and bent round my leg absolutely beautiful. Then you can see how supple he is. So for a young horse, that will do him. He was probably only worked for 20 minutes, but he worked so nicely that I don't feel the need to push it on them. Benny worked really well, as you can see. He's quite green and the exercise was quite hard for him, but he did get the hang of it in the end, which I was really pleased with. And then he went for a nice walk off around the car park, so I'm just going to quickly grab some lunch and then I'm going to get my client's horses done. So I had some lunch not long ago. I had a chicken pie, which was actually really nice. Mum got it from the baker's, so the oven still isn't in, but hopefully it will be later. And I've just worked one of my schooling liveries. Jaguar is going to end up having the day off because I've not got enough time to do him. So I've just got one more schooling livery to do. And then, yeah, that's me done for the day. Then it's evening stables. The lighting is really dodgy. It's 10 to 6. All the horses have been worked apart from Jaguar, who was having the day off. And oh my god. And yeah, I'm just doing evening stables at the moment, so I'm just topping up water, skipping out. Everyone's hayed, we've just got to feed, and then we're done for the night. So yeah, we're getting there now. So everyone on the yard is now hayed and watered. All their waters are filled, they've all got hay. I'm just going to run around and skip out, and while I'm skipping out I'm going to put top rugs and their stable boots on, whoever has stable boots. So yeah, and then I've just got to feed the yard and then I'm done. Benny, hello. Hello. So it's about 10 to 8 and I've literally just come in from the stables, as you can see. Still got my coats on. So yeah, the yard's done, that's me done for the day. I will go back out at 9:30, 10 o'clock and just do night checks, check on everyone. But yeah, that's my daily routine. So I hope you guys enjoyed and I look forward to seeing you next time.
They say that I'm on the road, maybe I just lost. These nights keep on taking toll. Find me out here on my own.